everybody, today I'm gonna call it. Today is the last 95-degree day of the year. Luckily we got some good wind and we might be combining soybeans later today. Maybe. In the world of Kentucky bluegrass, let's see, do we got any more up today? Oh yeah, look at that. We got another little cluster. No more coming up. Soybeans do not store very well inside of a grain bin. After about a year, they get kind of... So before we pick new ones, we need to get rid of our old ones.
Oh man, looks like I'm late to the party.
Still not used to seeing Ron's new truck.
The hitch coming out of the tractor, it comes out and then it drops down. I actually want to unhook it from the cart, drive the tractor forward. I think I can pull the hitch out, turn it over so it sits up higher. It'll make the auger coming out of the cart up a little bit higher, so it gives you a little more room when you're coming up towards the semi-trailer. Can you see how it drops down? Wow, that's too easy. That is too easy. Hopefully this thing don't weigh 9,000 pounds. Oh, jeez. Where are we, buddy? Oh. See, now you can see it's up a couple inches. That last load, it was number one beans.
Well, yeah, that's all we raise here.
56.2 pound test weight, 10% moisture, floor material 0.5%. Any other thing 0.5%, no split. I called up Cole and I sent him a text, but I need your help. I'm dying over here. Working in that bin by yourself, trying to move the tubing around stuff. I was sweating through my sweat. Sweat was dripping off my t-shirt. So now I got Cole here. Things will go a lot better with two guys. You're not running in and out of the bin. And it makes Cole feel important. I'll be glad when we got them beans gone.
We need just a little bit more to fill Ron up, and I can tell you one thing, this grain back is about 1,000 times quieter than our old one. That's probably pretty close. Ron is not going to take that load up today. It's supposed to be 95 degrees and their air conditioning is not working. So he's going to take that in the morning. So when he comes back, if we have this cart full from him, then we won't have to be here as long tomorrow. It'll actually work out pretty good because we're kind of at the floor bit here, and this is a lot slower than when you have a big landslide coming to you. I'm telling you, every time you grain back out of bin, always the hottest day of the year. In this case, it's the hottest day of September, the last hottest day of the year. Yeah, we'll go with that.
One thing around this stuff, you want to make sure you got your earplugs in, or be deaf so you can't hear it.
He's standing down. We're getting there. I guess 2 more semis in here. That pulled near a corn over here. It's 20 around. If we look at our milk line working its way down, we're probably 3/4 milk line. So it's getting pretty close to black layering. The tip will turn black once we're black layered. Then essentially the nutrient flow from the center out to the kernels is done once it black layers. So that's physiological maturity at that point. But this is a nice ear.
We need to get this trailer off of the... Oh man, we need to get bigger gloves. Need to get this trailer off of this truck. We need to take the fifth wheel plate off. It sounds like Coop is going to put some high risers on to make it higher. But what Cooper's gonna do, he'll cut these bolts out, raise this whole fifth wheel plate up. I can't remember if he's putting a 3-inch lift in here to bring this up. It might only be 2 inches, 3 inches, I'm not 100% sure. And then he'll put them fender flares on this, like he did the red semi. With these new tires, the rocks are horrible sticking in there. Right now you can only do about 20, and them rocks are just killing the back of the semi-tractor. I actually hung a mat back there the other day so I could get to some cemeteries. The rocks just go ping ping, and I was afraid, and I knew it would shatter my rear window because forgot to tell you guys about the new to us truck.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to present you to Elmer, our new semi. Elmer is going to be replacing Old Red on cemetery duty, so if anyone wants to buy Old Red, $5 grand, he, she, it's yours. I know very little about Elmer. Cooper got on Facebook Marketplace, found him, and said, hey, we need this, so they went and bought it. Elmer, oh geez, I love that name. Elmer is a 1995 Freightliner with LED lights, and just barely any Bondo. The cab-wise, she is extremely clean. The seats don't have tears in them or anything. Nice and comfortable. I mean, they've kept really good care of this truck. You can actually leave it parked all night with the brakes set. You get it in the morning, it's still full of air. And the seal on this door is so good, when you shut it, you have to have the window down on the inside, otherwise you blow your eardrums out. Well, not blow your eardrums out, but it does make your ears pop. She's got the C10 under the hood. Tires actually seem to be in pretty good condition. I had to kind of chuckle when I looked at these back ones, because I've only ever seen this particular tire pattern on our other semis, because like every single tire on the entire semi used to be different before I put new ones on last year. But overall, I mean, it's a pretty clean unit for 1995. I mean, she's not all rusty, not all chipped up. I mean, got a little bit there, but I mean, 1995, what do you expect? It does have a new transmission. You look inside there, it doesn't even look dirty. She's got the 120-gallon fuel tanks, saddle tanks, so one on each side, 240, which compared to our white Volvo, that's got like 180 gallons on it total. So we got the long range. We actually got a pretty good deal on this. So for what we paid for it, for what it is, and for what it's gonna do, I think we got a really good deal out about it. And honestly, this is probably our nicest semi overall. Sandblast these wheels, get them painted nice and white, polish this aluminum up. I mean, that one wouldn't really take a lot of work. That would do a lot just to spruce up the truck. Extremely minimal chipping on the back of the cab, and that's thanks to these front half fenders. We would like to put the ones on the back sometimes, so if you're pulling the cemetery trailer, you're not caking everything full of mud and rocks. But all in all, we're happy with this, and it's gonna be a good addition to the farm. And his name's Elmer, and he's the 4th semi we have, and we're probably the only farmers you know who have 4 semis who don't haul any of our grain. That might sound silly, but let me put it this way. We have $15,000 in this entire setup. And we have $15,000 in this whole setup. Has anyone priced a 600 bushel wagon recently? 15 grand minimum. You need 2 to have the same capacity of a semi. So what we have in 2 semis and trailers, that's 2 wagons that can do 12 miles an hour, and that's also not including the tractor to pull it. I don't know if it's right or wrong, but that's what we do and why we do it.
Cooper's gonna go ahead and grease this rig up, check the fluids and stuff before we hook it up to the trailer. We're kind of gonna put it right to work.
You ask me. No, that looks ready. Well, what the chicken nugget strips are this? We're not the first ones in the field? You kidding me? The 80 acres around Dad's house is completely ready to go, but here's the problem. We're not ready to go. The white semi, we just got to put some tires back on that. That's good to go. The red Volvo in the corner, Cooper pulled some wheels off, brought to a gentleman 2 weeks ago. He's going to sandblast them down. He's going to paint them white. He said he'd have them done in 2 days. It's been 2 weeks. won't answer his phone. So hopefully we get those pretty soon. The new semi, this is basically ready to go. I guess Cooper found a little bit of slop in the fifth wheel, so he pulled that off. He's gonna go look and see about getting a kit to fix that slop. This trailer is ready. The Freightliner that's outside is ready. The trailer that the Freightliner is pulling is also ready. And then the white semi-trailer, we're waiting on the new traps, the new doors that go on the bottom for those to come in. We'll put those together. Then the 3 semi-trailers should be ready. That's the situation with the equipment down here. Bin-wise at home, soybean bins, we're gonna be filling the 32,000 bushel bin and the 13,000 bushel bin. We're gonna do the 13,000 bushel bin first. We gotta set up the 13-inch Westfield swing hopper bottom auger to that. And then we also gotta set up the backhoe drive-over conveyor to dump into that swing hopper auger. But before we can get those things set up, we need to get the case off of the grain vac, but we gotta get the bin that the grain vac is up to empty first. So we're gonna keep Ronnie hauling. We can't use the grain cart that's on the John Deere because that has soybeans in it from those bins. So those 2 tractors are tied up there. The John Deere 6155 is on Cooper's mower conditioner that he needs to go mow some hay for people yet with. So we can't set those augers up in the meantime anyway if we wanted to. So that's our predicament.
Which is not good. Or jack this one up.
This thing's deceptively heavy.
It is heavy.
Cooper took the fifth wheel into a semi place and they compared it up to a brand new one, and I guess it was really similar on the jaws. Cooper found that our kingpin is maybe getting a little wore, but he's gonna do a little adjusting right now. We backed the semi all the way into it to get the tension off the front of the fifth wheel, and we locked the brakes. So now Cooper's doing his thing. I've honestly never done this before.
And up.
I think last year at Mary Lou's, I was backing this trailer up. Got caught up in some tall grass, mud flap, ended up going under the tire, ripping it off. And this one looks like he's seen better days too. We're gonna slap some new flaps on. Trailer's gonna be good as new. Isn't that right? Isn't that right? I'm guessing 7/16. Yep, that'll work. Perfect. We find if you just pick up the shop when you get done for the night, it's a lot easier to keep clean. We're getting closer to finishing up the semis and getting out there. It's just the last little 10% of stuff seems like it takes the longest, but it's the final bit that we need. This trailer is going to be a luxury item for us. Cooper got new gearboxes. This is all new. He's got new shafts going down, and he got all new doors. Look how straight those are. In the past, one of these you had to have on the high side, and then the other one you could use on the low, but while you were cranking them, it was about as hard as you could do. It was like that because they had a big bow in them. And then the bearings that were in the bottom, right inside of here, those were completely shot. So you were just rubbing metal on metal, and that's why we're so strong now, but this is gonna be luxurious. That's all we got for today. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next one.